This is the Bravado Banshee, and that it's taken me over 100 car reviews to cover this car is nothing short of a scandal. So, introduced in GTA 3, at times this car can't really decide whether it wants to be based on a Corvette or a Viper, but at the moment it seems to have settled for a Viper for now. So at just over 100 grand at normal price, this car typically sits just above the point that you can steal a car from the street and keep it, but just below the point that it's actually worth buying. So it's very much an underrated and underused gem of GTA Online. So, as it's on offer with this week's GTA Online weekly update, I decided to review all three versions of this car in this video today. So that's the standard Banshee, the Bennies 900R, and the Banshee HSW. So let's get into it. On offer this week you can get the Banshee for 73 grand, which is basically free. And no, unfortunately, even though that offer price drops it below the $100,000 limit for cars that you can steal off the street and keep, you can't just steal it and keep it during this GTA Online offer week. I tried that so you don't have to. I mean, looking at my history in the game, I've earned over £100,000 just picking cash up from NPCs that I've squashed, burned, shot, exploded, or just beaten to death. So there's no reason not to buy this car. So looking at the standard Banshee, out of the box, this thing is great. It has fabulous handling. It's really controllable. It has pretty decent customization considering it's one of the older vehicles, and it does also have the original damage model. So this will actually deform if you crash it, which is a novel idea. If you've got 500 grand spare, you can then wheel this into Bennies and turn it into the 900R. Now both of these have the same or at least very similar performance. I couldn't really tell the two apart, but it does change the category. So the normal Banshee sits in the sports category. As soon as you apply the Bennies upgrades, it pushes it up into the supers, but it doesn't seem to give it a significant performance bonus with that, unless that's just me not being able to notice it. And by the way, if you have a garage in your office building, you can add Bennies customizations from there. So both the standard Banshee and the 900R, they look good. The customization on the Bennies version is amazing. As long as you avoid the really naff wheels, you can get something that looks really quite spectacular actually. It's not a bad looking car. The only thing about this car that's less good is the engine note. It's one of the most fake sounding engine notes. Even though you get a little bit of reverb when you ease off, it's still a pretty nasty noise, to be honest, but that's a fairly small criticism. So if we move on to the HSW, considering this is one of the oldest cars in the game, this HSW upgrade is absolutely amazing. It does make it twitchy and it makes it quite difficult to control at speed, and it oversteers like hell, but this thing is ridiculously fast. You'll see when we get round to the end, this puts in an amazing time, especially for an old car. When I did come to apply the HSW upgrade to this car, for reasons I don't quite understand, it gave me this for free. And I really, for the life of me, can't figure out why. I've already had my free upgrade, so unless this is free to everyone on this car, I don't know. So what do the top speeds look like for these cars? Well, here's all three of them side by side so you can see what they max out at. So should you pick this up? Well, I'll be honest, whether it's on offer or not, you should pick this up. It's only 100 grand, so yeah, on offer there's a decent saving with it being 73, but it's not expensive anyway, so you should definitely pick this up. Even though it's an older car, and even though it sounds horrible, it's absolutely worth it. For my money, I can't fault the HSW version. It's just so unbelievably quick. It really shocked me how fast this thing is. But from the looks perspective, the Bennies version just looks incredible, and it's nice to be able to put some different wheels on something for a change. And as we come round this corner, you can see for the HSW we are under 8 minutes for a really scruffy lap. That makes this one of the fastest cars in the game. So here are the times they all managed to do. And you can see the HSW version did a sub 8-minute lap, and that wasn't a very clean lap either. So that's an astonishingly fast car. And here's where they sit on the leaderboards. So again, this is a definite recommend from me. Pick this up, go HSW, go Bennies, go standard. Do all three. Do all three. You'll be able to do all three of these fully upgraded for the price of, you know, this. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one.